dark times? Yes, there will be singing of the dark times. These are words from Bertolt Brecht, who had to flee Nazi Germany and stay in exile. Now it's ironic that what happened in Nazi Germany is being used as an excuse to perpetuate a brutal and a colonial occupation of Palestine by Israel. And yet, in Palestine, there is singing of the dark times. I am joined today by two young actors from the Freedom Theatre in the Jenin refugee camp in Palestine. The Freedom Theatre has been set up in 2006 and is today considered one of the foremost theatre companies in the world. Faisal and Ahmad, welcome to India.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about how the Freedom Theatre came to be?
Freedom Theatre it's located in Jenin refugee camp. Let us say Freedom Theatre it's an old in Jenin refugee camp, and also at the same time it's new. Before the Freedom Theatre, during the first Intifada, it was a theatre called the Stone Theatre, founded by Arna Mer Khamis, one of the Israelis activists. She came to Jenin refugee camp during that time to help the children to continue the process of education by creating traditional schools in the streets, in the houses, because during that time the Israeli army shut down all the schools for 6 months. And day by day, these centers of children start to grow. And during that time, her son, Juliano Mer Khamis.
And so when was this?
This was 1989.
89, 90.
Yes, 88, in the 80s.
Right.
In the latest, in the 80s. When Juliano, he was an actor and director, he started to work with the children using the drama, like drama therapy, drama classes, and day by day they start to have a small group of theater, and they did the first play during that time. It was called The Small Lantern by Ghassan Kanafani. He's a Palestinian writer. Yeah, and in 1994, Arna, she's dead of cancer. And also after that, as you know, Oslo Agreement, the Palestinian Authority came back to take the control of the country, and the project is stopped. In 2000, the second Intifada started. But this Intifada is different. It's not throwing stones to the Israeli army. It's like, it's tanks, it's soldiers, it's F-16, Apache, it's a war. So in 2002, it was the invasion of Jenin refugee camp by the Israelis, because Jenin refugee camp was like the most concentration area for the freedom fighters. So they destroyed the camp, they destroyed around 400 houses, and let us say they occupied the camp. Juliano came back during that time to see his student and his actors. So he found the Stone Theatre got destroyed. All of the actors got killed, except one, his name Zakaria Zubaydi. And during that time, he was preparing for Arna's children film. It's a documentary film talk about his mother during her work in the 80s in Jenin camp. Yeah, and the film got to be famous a little bit, let us say, participating in festivals in the world, and also the story started to be known for these young children who was having a dream to be an artist and actors. And also there is a guy, his name Jonathan Stanzak. He's a Swedish guy. He came to Jenin refugee camp with a medical group, brought some medicine to the people there during that time. And he met Zakaria Zubedi, and he was here about Arna and her work in Jenin refugee camp. You know, he asked Zakaria because Zakaria was one of the students during that time. So they decided together, Zakaria Zubedi and Jonathan Stanzak and Juliano Mer Khamis, to rebuild the Stone Theatre again, to continue Arna's work, to continue this theatre in the camp, but now in different names. It's called the Freedom Theatre. And in 2006, the Freedom Theatre opened the door for the world. And we are here now.
And so when did you join the Freedom Theatre, Ahmad?
I joined the theatre in 2006. The acting school started in 2008, but there was little groups of children in the camp. They want to join the theatre. So I started joining the theatre in 2006.
So what made you join the theatre? Why did you?
It's very short story. I can tell it to you. In 2002, when they destroyed all the camp, my game, or let's say the camp game, was in the house. My uncle from Saudi Arabia, he brought me a PlayStation, but it was not just for me, it's for all the camp. So when they destroyed the house, our house was one of 400 houses destroyed in that time. So I was searching and crying, you know, as a children who wants this game to back.
So how old were you at that time?
14, 13 years old. Yeah, so this is...
You were looking for your PlayStation? Actually.
I was looking for my PlayStation. So all the media came, and cameras and journalists, and you know, they start to ask me, hey son, what are you looking for? Like, is your mother inside the house? I said, no. Your father, your brothers, who's from your family inside? I look at them, I said, my PlayStation. So it was not that interesting for them, you know. So they all left, disappeared very fast. So this was like one of the points that I joined the theater, because I felt that the theater, it's truth media and direct media for the audience. And you can say your story in it, and you can say other story. And yeah, this was one of the reasons actually.
Juliano Mer Khamis spoke about how the coming intifada, the third intifada, is not going to be fought with guns and with, you know, with Molotov cocktails or with stones, but it's going to be fought with art, with theatre, with music, with cinema, with writing, and so on. So can you speak a little bit about his idea of this third cultural intifada?
First of thing, you know, when you are under occupation, you want to resist. So as Palestinian, like since 1948, we are in this resistance against the occupation. But also you have to keep in mind the occupation is not only the checkpoints and the wall and the prison. The occupation also in the mind, in the dialogues, in the dreams. By the art, and this intifada, the third intifada, it's focused to keep our identity as a Palestinian alive. How this is came through the stage, the stages, the exhibition, the camera, because we believe the art, it's a strong weapon against the occupations, and also it gives us a chance to live, because Palestine need us as a Palestinian. And also when you say Israeli army, it's the first army in the Middle East. They have high technology and tanks, and they have all of the equipment. And as a Palestinian, we don't have this. So we have to find our way to brought the life again, to brought our story again, but in the artist way. So this is our choice as a freedom fighters. We look ourselves not only artists, we are also freedom fighters, but this art came through the art from the stage. So this is how it will be our intifada, because now if you get killed while you are throwing stones or while you are shooting to the soldiers, your story will be end. You will be a shaheed, yes. But if you tell a story, the story will live 100 years, even if you died later. So this is like our philosophy. Like it's a great example today. We came to India to perform The Island. It's a South African play from the 70s. So the story and the people in the story and the character, they're alive now in 2015 through us.
I should also mention to our viewers that Juliano Mer Khamis was killed outside the Freedom Theatre in 2011, in April 2011. Now we still don't know who the killer was, but we know what the killer was trying to stop. So Ahmad, can you speak about what is it that the killer, that black mask, what does that black mask stand for?
Actually, in Palestinian history, we have we have many artists that get killed in the same way, in the same black mask. Ghassan Kanafani, he's a story writer, a theater writer, he get killed. Najil Ali, he's a caricature painter, and he also get killed. So I think for me, same weapon who killed those two Palestinian artists, the same weapon who killed Juliano, because they felt and they know that art is more dangerous than weapon and more dangerous for the occupation. So for me, the black mask, it's helping the occupation to continue them things and them work, you know, in our country. So for me, the same weapon who killed the artist, the Palestinian artist who killed Juliano.
Last evening, you went to the place where Safdar Hashmi was killed.
Yeah.
And today we are sitting in this place which is called Safdar Studio.
Yeah.
Now Safdar is also somebody who was killed for his art. Can you reflect a little bit upon this idea of working together with artists from across the world, of making connections with artists across the world? Like now you are here in India and you are trying to make a connection with Jenin. Now why is that important for you?
First of all, we are happy and we are looking forward to learn from other experience. Like Safdar is killed in the past, so we are here also to learn, to know, and also to get more to get more connection. That will help our story to be more out to the world, because during the big propaganda, during the history of Palestine, they present the Palestinian as a terrorism, as a, all our dream it's about to make a suicide attack in Tel Aviv and then to bury 70 girls in the paradise. So through the art, through this connection, we try to, we are here today. Now you will tell our story, we'll tell your story. And this is like, I believe, the art is everywhere is the same. But yes, of course, there's the different circumstances. There is Safdar got killed, Juliano Mer Khamis got killed, Najil Ali, Ghassan Kanafani. It's the same, like it's different circumstances, but the same idea is to talk when we talk about freedom, when we talk about space of expression, we become dangerous. I don't know why, but that's the reality. What is important for me here as a Palestinian artist today, first to learn, to see new techniques, like by a new style of work, like what I saw yesterday. I enjoyed very much. It was first time like a performance in the door of the victory. That's wow, something new. And also it's like to exchange culture, because I believe the culture, it's like this, it's the only one. It's not like how I say it in English. It's not dirty in this world. It's still clean.
Do you ever feel that Palestine will never be free?
Will never be free?
Yeah.
No, of course we'll be free. Like it's close also. It's not that far day of celebrating the freedom. Once we felt that we are humans and can live together, no matter about religion, no matter about your skin color, no matter about what you look like, once we understand this, and we are very close to it in Palestine, we will live together. And actually, when we talk about Palestine, we are talking about Jerusalem. Jerusalem, it's like the central of the religion's start. So this be a good example for how the religion could live together. If we are, as a religion people, let's say, cannot live together, how we want other humans to live together? So let's take Jerusalem as a good example, how the humans, the religion, everything can live in peace. And this is not far, it's very close. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's very well said, Ahmad. I have to say that this is really the value of art and the artists, right? It's artists like you who inspire, who give courage, who give hope, and who give us the ability to dream of a better world. So thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us, your experiences, and you will be successful, we will be successful.
Thank you.
Thank you.